Hi, I'm Chef Carol. If you are anywhere in America right now, except for Hawaii or California, you are freezing. And today I'm going to make a vegetable soup. It is loaded with vegetables that are of high quality because we know that in order to enjoy good food, you have to start with really good food. So let's get to it. For this soup, I am going to be using my Instant Pot. And to the Instant Pot, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of EVOO and keep a little extra for serving if you like that. I have 1 medium onion chopped, 4 garlic cloves minced, and I'm going to start by setting my Instant Pot to saute. To that, I'm going to add the oil, the onion, and the garlic. I am going to season that with salt and pepper generously. While that's cooking, I will be stirring occasionally until the onion softens, approximately 5 minutes. Then I'm going to add in a tablespoon of tomato paste, and I will mix that up with the vegetables until they're evenly coated, about a minute. Then I will add all of the remaining ingredients, which are 2 cups of chopped cabbage, 2 cups of small cauliflower florets, 2 carrots peeled and thinly sliced, 2 celery stalks thinly sliced, 1 red bell pepper chopped. I actually have 2 small zucchinis chopped. I have 15 ounces of kidney beans rinsed and drained. I have 4 cups of low sodium vegetable broth, 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning, and 3/4 teaspoon of paprika. Once I put all of those ingredients together, I'm going to stir them up just to combine it. I'm going to then lock the lid on my Instant Pot and cook it at high pressure for 8 minutes. When it's finished, I'm going to allow the steam to escape by venting to release the pressure. Once the pressure is released, I can garnish it with parsley and a drizzle of olive oil. I am also going to add to my soup a bay leaf and the hard end of Parmesan cheese. I have to add that I can't write the instructions down because not all, but most of the instructions I found at a website called delish.com. So let's get to it. Now I have to always add that in order to make good food, you have to prep your ingredients. Some people will complain that it takes a lot of time, but taking the time is what makes good food. So I am using organic extra virgin olive oil. That would be about a tablespoonful. To that, once the oil heats, I'm going to add in the onions and the garlic. You'll notice on these small measuring dishes, I tend to add a little saran wrap. That's because I want all of the ingredients in the pot and not left behind in the dish. That's not something you need to do, but it's just something that I do. So I'm going to let this heat up and it will cook until the onions are soft. I can already hear it searing. That's what you have to love about the Instant Pot. I could actually make this soup on the stove and probably cook it for 40 to 50 minutes. But in the Instant Pot, it'll be ready in 20 minutes. I'm going to season it with salt and pepper. I actually have here 2 teaspoons of salt and a teaspoon of black pepper. Now I'm going to add in the tomato paste. These are my red peppers and zucchini. I'm going to add in the vegetable broth. I don't want anything sticking to the bottom of the Instant Pot. You know, those little bits that are so tasty can sometimes cause a burn under So make sure you scrape the bottom of your pot. Now I'm going to add in the cauliflower. In past videos, I've actually demonstrated the best way to break up cauliflower. Now I'm going to add in the sliced celery. I'm going to add in the cabbage. I'm going to add in the carrots. It looks hearty already. To that, I'm going to add in the bay leaf and the Parmesan cheese. Additionally, the diced tomatoes. I'm using fire roasted. I just wanted to add a little more flavor. Now I'm going to add in the red beans and paprika and the Italian seasoning. I'm going to give all of this a good stir. I want the seasoning to touch all of the vegetables. I'm going to keep a little salt-free Miss Dash to use at the end. Now I'm just going to put the cover on, and I'm going to put it on. You heard that, so you know that the cover is good. Make sure this is on sealing. I'm going to turn the machine off, cancel the saute. I'm going to set it on high pressure for 8 minutes. Turn off the keep warm cycle. After the pot reaches pressure, it will then cook the soup for those 8 minutes. And once the pressure is released, I will come back and test the soup for seasoning. And after that, lunch is served. Is finished. I have vented the pot. Here's my beautiful vegetable soup. So it's been a little less than a half an hour. Just gonna taste this to see if it needs any. The seasoning is perfect. It doesn't need anything. Not like salt. I'm just gonna put a little of this garlic and herb seasoning. I like the taste of it. It has no salt. If you're like me, living in Florida or anywhere else that it's below 40 degrees, a pot of vegetable soup will do you well. So bon appetit, and let me know if you enjoyed this soup. Bye.